All right, shalom, shalom, shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, Ba'ashim Kakwadash. All blessings, honor, glory, and power be unto the Heavenly Father, whose name is Yahweh, through his only begotten Son, our Lord and our Savior, whose name is Yahweh Shai. And double honors to the apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone who taught me the truth, and salutation to the elect scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. All right. My name is Amon Gabar, and I'm back with another lesson. Lord willing, is quick, edifying, straight to the point. Plug this charger in. Lord willing, is quick, edifying, straight to the point. And as you see in the title of this video, insecurities in the time of all hell breaking loose will get you killed. All right. I didn't put killed in the title for obvious reasons, you know, the algorithm and getting flagged and all this type of shit. But anyway, insecurities in the time of all hell breaking loose will get you killed. And then it says false foundations. And through the spirit, you know, I was just reading, you know, going through the scriptures and going through certain topics or whatnot. And, you know, the spirit landed on that. Insecurities in the time of all hell breaking loose. So, you know, Lord willing, I'm going to pull up a few precepts, read some scriptures, and I'm going to go into a few words because, matter of fact, let me start off with this real quick. And get that word, insecurity. All right, the definition on the word insecurity is uncertainty or anxiety about oneself or lack of confidence. All right, it says some similar words are lack of confidence, lack of self-confidence, self-doubt, humility, timidity, uncertainty, hesitancy, worry, unease, vulnerability, peril, danger, fragility, fragile, frailty, instability, rockiness, unreliable, and the list goes on. So all these things that I just mentioned, all right, the lack of confidence, which confidence means to have faith or with faith. So the lack of all these things that I just mentioned in a time of all hell breaking loose will lead to death, will lead to destruction. And through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, what we're doing now is building ourselves up and making sure that we're built and building on that sure foundation. All right, but the scriptures talk about that. We're building on that sure foundation. Let me get that precept real quick. And that's why from the apostles on down, I always say, you got to know what you are involved in, what you're doing, what you're building, what you're building, and counting the cost. You know, if you a contractor, right, somebody hires you to do a job, and but whatever type of job, paving, let's say building a whole house, if you want to do that, you know, take it that route, which that takes multiple trades to build a whole entire house. One construction worker cannot build a whole house unless he's multi-talented, you know, but for the most parts, that contractor will hire subcontractors to fill in, whether he needs a carpenter, whether he needs a plumber, an electrician, some masons, you know, block layers, bricklayers, steel, you know, welders and steam fitters or whatever, boiler fitters and laborers or whatever. You know, this contractor which he's in contract to the person that hired him, and we are, you know, spiritually, figuratively speaking, us brothers that are doing this work, we were hired by Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai to do this work. So we are like contractors, and it's up to us to figure out how we gonna do this thing. That's why the scriptures also talk about counting the cost, which Lord, a brother could put that up there, because if I don't get it right now, I'll probably forget it. So you could put that up there about counting the cost and building, you know. So we got to have the contractor mindset as far as this building that we're doing, this building and establishing in Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai that we're doing, because you're gonna have many guys, many men they already exist. They're in this thing, you know. They're one of them cheap knockoff contractors that you don't want to hire. That cheap labor contractor. You know, there's a saying, good labor is not cheap and cheap labor is not good. All right, good labor, like the Lord calls us laborers. Good labor is not, what is it? How it go again? I just said it. Good labor is not cheap. Or good laborers are not cheap, and cheap laborers. So now you hire somebody that's a cheap ass laborer, you know, a cheap ass contractor. He undercutting everything. Chances are he ain't gonna get the job done because you got to count the cost, and there's a certain amount of necessities, inventory products, whatever, material is the better word that you need to get this job done. All right, and Yahweh Shemiah Shai daily gives us the material that we need to get this building established. All right, to get this thing rolling, to get this thing going. So, and then one of the main materials is faith, because as a contractor, you can't just take on a job and not know shit and not believe that you can actually do that job and not have the skill set to actually, fulfill that contract that you legally bind yourself unto. So we're in a spiritual contract, in this faith, in this truth, and the Lord wants the job done. He wants the job done. Ain't gonna be none of that. Yeah, it's like, it was winter, it was cold, I couldn't build, I couldn't pour concrete in the wintertime, where there's a will, there's a way. All right. And I speak like that because that's the field I'm in, just straight up construction in every field. I'm my particular I am my own particular trade or field or whatever, but I work around all these cats, all these individuals for the past over a decade now. And I've seen and contribute to the things that they've done as far as building, and you become the jack of all trades, so to speak. But the Lord ain't gonna want to hear that. He ain't want to hear it was too cold. I couldn't, get the concrete mixed and all of this and all of that to pour the foundation and blah blah blah. So anyway, what did I say? Sure foundation. So let me go to Isaiah 28 verse 16. It says, I'll start 14. It says, wherefore hear the word of the Lord, Yahweh, ye scornful men that rule this people which is in Jerusalem. Because you got a bunch of scornful men that rule the multitudes, the masses of the people that's in Jerusalem. Scornful. All right. Evil, wicked, deceitful men that are after their own lust and their own agenda that are ruling these people in Jerusalem. We call them the hirelings. All right. Whether they're the leaders of the Christian church, Catholic church, or even the Israelite groups. Okay, so it says, because ye have said, we have made a covenant with death, and with hell are we at agreement, because they made that covenant with death. They got that tax exemption, that 501c3 charter, where they're tax exempt, which allow them to bring in and rake in more dough, and receive all types of tithes and donations that will go unaccounted for, and just that agreement with the damn devil. So it says, and with hell are we at agreement. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, it shall not come unto us. And that's what they say. Esau, well, the wrath and the destruction of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai represents that overflowing scourge. All right, who's he going to use? The so-called white man, Esau Edom. He's going to be that overflowing scourge. Like the scripture said, when the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of the Lord will lift up a standard against him. So that overflowing scourge is going to come by the way of Esau Edom, which also is the sword of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. All right. So it says, they say, right? It says, it shall not come unto us. So they think it's not going to come unto them because they made that agreement. Okay. All right, cool. No problem. We're going to mislead and we're going to rule these people in Jerusalem scornfully. And we're going to do whatever you tell us to do, Mr. Master Esau. We got you. We got you, Master. That's these niggas' mindset, whether they say it or don't say it. All right. They say it shall not come unto us, for we have made lies our refuge, and under falsehood have we hid ourselves. So pretty much they are under the agenda of the so-called white man, Esau Edom. They are under his agenda because Esau is the man of lie. He's the man of sin. All right. And they're using Esau as a covering, all right, to try to escape the things that Esau is about to do. All right. Come on, these niggas, they know history. They seen what the devil have done in the past and how he rolled on our people. But if they really knew history, they would know that they would get a foot up their ass too. All right. Nobody was exempt during the time of 70 AD. All right, when them Romans came down and they besieged Jerusalem and set up garrisons and round about us, and meant we had to flee to the mountains and flee into the outer regions. They came with full wrath, and that's why the Lord made certain statements that He made in the book of Luke, the 21st chapter. That goes all into it. Pray that your flight be not in the winter. Pray that woe unto women that are with child, that are giving suck in that day, because it's gonna be all out war and chaos, man. So these niggas and individuals that are here today did the same thing that they did back then. Made allegiance with the Romans and the Greeks, those that sold out to the Greeks. When you read in the book of Maccabees, the first and second chapter, they sold out, while our forefathers, the righteous men, held their integrity and say, man, fuck that. We not about to die on the Sabbath day. We gonna go to war. The Lord is going, he gonna wink at this. You know what I'm saying? And that's the mindset we got. Fuck that. We not making allegiance with these damn devils. Okay? So anyway, it says, none of the falsehoods have we hid ourselves. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Shem Shai, behold, I lay in Zion for a foundation, a stone, a tried stone, a precious cornerstone, a sure foundation. This is talking about Yahweh Shai. He's that foundation. In Zion, He's the foundation, that stone. The scriptures talk about the stone that the builders rejected. So they built without a foundation. You cannot build a proper building structure, house, home, whatever it is you're building, without a proper foundation, without that cornerstone. You got that cornerstone, got to be leveled, it got to be squared, it got to be plumb, it got to be on top of I'm talking about that cornerstone or brick. It got to be on top of a solid foundation already. These individuals out here, they just putting a brick down in dirt, talking about they building. You know what's gonna happen in a short space of time after they finish building? Even if they get a chance to finish building, the earth is the foundation is gonna shift, because it's not laid on something solid. It's gonna shift. The earth shifts. The rain is gonna come. Even little raindrops is gonna come and start moisturizing the dirt that they built on, and it's gonna sink in. All the way around is gonna sink in. So that rain, as we know, and I'm gonna get the scriptures, represents what? The flood that's getting ready to come, the destruction that's getting ready to come. So if they did not build on Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, if they didn't use it, if Yahweh Shai, because Yahweh Shai is built on solidness, that deep rock, that rock, in these times in the construction field, you dig your foundation and you pour your foundation with solid concrete. All right, you lay the footers around, also, which you can lay your blocks upon to build around. You could just look up what I'm saying. You could look up concrete footers. You could build blocks on that, and you could build bricks around it to actually have a foundation, depending on what you're trying to do. But Yahweh Shai is that cornerstone that they rejected. So they didn't apply by the rules of building. So they did their own thing. Oh, I'm gonna do it this way. I'm gonna do it the fast way. I'm gonna do it the way that I want to do it. They didn't go through the hard work, mixing the mortar, mixing the cement, mixing the concrete, mixing this, mixing that, which is laborious work, which is what laborers do. All right, and they skipped all of that shit just to lay block, just to lay brick at any given point. And Yahushua is not with that, man. The Lord ain't with that. This thing, that's an inconsistent style of building, and it's not gonna last. And the Lord, Yahushua was a carpenter by trade, and of course, throughout all history, the concept of construction always existed. So a lot of these terms that we're reading about, if you understand how things are built, it makes sense. So these are individuals that came on a job. They have no experience, but they talking about, yeah, we're gonna build this, we're gonna build that. This is because they probably know somebody. That one guy that just knows somebody, and he just come on a job acting like he know everything, but he don't fucking know nothing, because he haven't really, one of them blueprint people. You know what I'm saying? One of the people that just stay in the office all the time and make the layouts, but they never actually in the field when it comes down to actually doing shit. But whatever. It says, I lay in Zion for a foundation of stone. Yahushua is our foundation. He's that stone. a tried stone. That stone was made sure that it was fit to do, and it was that stone was made sure that it was fit to fulfill that lot. And that's Yahweh Shai, that tried stone. He was tried. He was tried in that fire. And he succeeded. You know, it's a matter of fact, even on the jobs, you got the inspectors that come to test the consistency of your mixture, you know, your cement, your mortar. If you lay in brick, block, they come and test the consistency whenever, you know. But Yahweh Shah, he's that tried stone, that tried cornerstone. You know, he passed every test. There was no inconsistency in Yahweh Shah. It says a precious cornerstone. For the most part, a lot of these structures when they go up, the stone, if you look at it at the corner, they would have the date written, who built it, and just certain things at that cornerstone as a memorial for the beginning of that structure. So that would be like a precious cornerstone, you know, a monument or Zion, so to speak, to Zion, which means monument, the beginning of the foundation that was laid. Okay, so it says a sure foundation. Yahweh Shah is that sure foundation. He that believeth shall not make haste. If you believe in Yahweh Shah, you're not gonna make haste. You're gonna go through the tasks, the protocols, the laborious works, the duty, all of this, you know, because you believe in Yahweh Shah. So it says, judgment also will I lay to the line, and righteousness to the plummet, and the hail shall sweep away the refuge of lies, and the waters shall overflow the hiding place. So all these people that built on an uncertain, insecure foundation, what's going to happen is that when Yahweh Shai bring the judgment, the hail, the destruction is going to sweep away all the refuge of lies. That whole tower that was set up, that whole building, that whole structure, you know, that was set up and it was built off the foundation of lies is going to be swept away. All right. It says, and the waters shall overflow the hiding places. It's going to get swept away, totally swept away. And that's going to happen when all hell break loose. So let me just read the title of my video again, or this lesson again. It says insecurities. All right, which I got the word insecure. All right, no faith, no hope, no nothing, just lost in the sauce. It says insecurities in the time of all hell breaking loose will get you killed. And false foundations, all right, them false foundations are going to get these people got. All right. So insecurities again, hesitancy, self-doubt. Some of these words don't match up, but uncertainty, self-consciousness, worry, unease, vulnerability. You know, that structure is going to be vulnerable when shit go down because it was not built the proper way. And trust and believe the man that's behind the building project, the project manager, the man that's behind it, the man that put it all together, he knows what he's talking about when he makes the blueprint. All right, he knows why the pitch got to go down this way. You know, the pitch got to be this way. He knows why the foundation got to be 10 feet deep. He knows this. He knows that. He studied the shit, man. He studied the whole entire. Let's say he studied the lot. You know, because you got to go with the excavators, the dozers, and the bulldozers or whatever to actually clear the lot. You know, what if it got trees? You got to chop it down, blah blah blah, and then you can start digging. You know, make sure that it's not swampy and it's not prone to high humidity. All these things you got to factor in. And the master plan, the man behind the plan, which is the Heavenly Father, knows what he's doing. He sent his son Yahweh Shai, who is the master builder, if you want to say that. And Yahweh Shai gave the direct directions to his workers, which will be the prophets. And the workers are following the blueprint. And then, like I said, you got the guys that come on the job, talking about, nah, you're doing it wrong. Nah, let me show you. Cutting corners and shit. No. There's a reason why it's set up the way it's set up. And 10 out of 10 times, when you got that one guy that want to cut corners and he want to do it his way, the shit is going to end up fucked up. All right, then you got to come back and do the job over again. But see, the Lord is not allowing people to come and fuck up this building. You know, he's not hiring, unworthy laborers to come and do this thing. Men that are going to follow the blueprint is who he's dealing with, right? not those that are going to be, fragile, vulnerable, worry, unease, that scary ass nigga on the job, don't know what he's doing. He get up in a damn, God forbid, he get up in a crane. He a fake crane operator. Well, you might as well just consider the whole job site a OSHA threat. You're gonna tear everything up. So anyway, verse 18, Isaiah 28 and 18, and your covenant with death shall be disannulled. Meaning it's gonna be null and void. The Lord is gonna discontinue that covenant that you made with death, and your agreement with hell, the grave, because you make an agreement with hell, Esau, Edom, then you might as well just you might as well be burying yourself, digging your own pit, setting up your own tombstone, and just burying yourself. The Lord says, shall not stand. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, when the overflowing scourge shall pass through, then shall they be trodden down by it. So when that same overflowing scourge that you trust in, that covenant that you made, come with the wrath, you will be trodden down by it. All right, so that precept came to my mind through the spirit real quick. We'll go to the comment book because I'd ask a brother to put up something earlier. Let me see if it's up there. Right, yup, Yaganah Israel Benjamin, 144K. Luke chapter 14 and verse 28. For which of you intended to build a tower, sitteth not down first, and counteth the cost, whether he have sufficient to finish it? Now, that person that's building or intended to build a tower is the contractor. The contractor gets hired for a job. All right, he signs the contract, and he gets a portion of the money. Let's say, he gets a down payment from the person that's hiring him, which Yahweh Shai gave us the down payment. The down payment is the talents. Like the Lord talks about the parable of the talent. Here's this money. Now go and multiply that money. So you get your down payment so you can start the job. You start the job. So you got to sit there and say, all right, I'm gonna need this. I'm gonna need that. I'm gonna need 10 yards of concrete. I'm gonna need blah blah blah, whatever. So you got to actually do the math and make sure you got enough to actually get started. All right, and then after, of course, as you get going, for the most part, some contractors do it this way. After you done took the lump sum of money to get the material, pay your laborers, etc., then when the job is done, you get your final payment. And we, as laborers, doing our job, doing our work, we got the money, which is the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. We moving, we cooking with oil, cooking with grease, right, so to speak. Now we gonna get the final payment, which is mostly the big check, when Yahweh Shai come back and crowns us and reward us for finishing the job. Versus the nigga that don't finish the job. You ain't gonna get paid if you don't finish the job. And many scriptures come to my mind, about he that endured to the end, the same shall be saved. Count the cost. Well, I'm reading that. Finish the course. Let no man take your crown. Many precepts come to my mind as I was saying that. But let me see. So anyway, whether he have sufficient to finish it. Luke 14 and 29. Leaves happily after he have laid the foundation and is not able to finish it, all that behold it, begin to mock him, saying, this man began to build and was not even able to finish. Now, he laid the foundation, but he ain't even do nothing else. Listen, that's embarrassing as hell, because you only did probably damn near the first part of the job. Set up the foundation part. But now the building blocks, which once the foundation is laid, here comes the cornerstone. Now you can actually lay down the cornerstone, which will be the next step, which that will represent Yahweh Shai. So this man just got the foundation, the fundamentals, blah, 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 but he missing the cornerstone. He ain't got it all. So now you gonna get mocked. People gonna laugh at you, like, this nigga you done took on the job, got the lot, did this, did that, hide this, hide that. Now the shit's sitting there for fucking years. He put his hand to the plow, and look back. Whether for whatever reason he didn't count the costs, and then he just had to pull out. So what happens is that the owner, the man that hired you, he would typically just fire you and hire another contractor a reputable contractor that's gonna get the job done. And then he gets the job done, and then everybody like, now the boss man, the top man, and the new contractor and everybody else, they talking about the last company that couldn't finish, the last contractor that couldn't finish. They laughing at this nigga. Yeah, this dumbass couldn't even do this. This dumbass couldn't even do that. And you a damn market stock. I seen it. I seen it happen plenty of times. You know, one job I was on, 2023. I came in and a bunch of other, workers, construction workers, and a new contractor came in because the previous one couldn't finish the job. And every now and then, periodically, I hear about it. That this particular company and whatever, and then they'll be like, yeah, they would just down talk them, and I'll be like, well, it is what it is. That's in the scriptures. Nigga couldn't finish, then it is what it is. He's a mocking stock. So this is some real life shit. So they began to mock him, saying, this man began to build and was not able to finish. Or what king, all right, and this is another example, or what king going to make war against another king sitteth not down first and consulteth whether he be able with 10,000 to meet him that cometh against him with 20,000. So what king is not, what king in his right mind is not going to sit down before he go to war? All kings got to sit down and consult with those, all right, his councilmen, all right, his men of war, the generals, and the men that control all that aspect. Everybody that's a leader or a head in whatever category must come together and meet with the king, and he sit down at the table and they strategize, like a game of chess. This is chess, not checkers. The brother Shamar watching, you know what I'm talking about. This is chess, not checkers, all right? Inside joke. But this king, he got to strategize. All right, they got 20,000, I got 10,000. So I got to be more strategic. I got to know exactly if this is even worth it. I got to know, all right, if I go forth with this battle, how I'm going to do this so that they're two to my one guy, my one man cannot subdue my one guy. I got to be more strategic, right? So that's the mindset of a king, the mindset of a builder, because kings build kingdoms. Okay, they don't physically have to lay block and mortar, but they put in their work at some point in time to even be able to be called king. All right, and then the men that they control around them, they have a say in what goes because they have the knowledge and they have councilmen, they have men of wisdom. So, hey, we're kings. We're kings, a nation, us brothers, we're a nation of kings and priests, and we are at a spiritual war. Okay, so we got to sit down and which this war is going to eventually become physical once Esau come in with the flood, like I read earlier, it's going to become physical. So we got to sit down with a kingly mindset and strategize, but we ain't strategizing on some carnal shit. We on some strategizing through the spirit. Like, yeah, I'm a trust in the Lord. I'm gonna become a better man. I'm gonna examine myself. I'm gonna repent daily. I'm gonna fast when I need to. I'm gonna become a better man. I'm gonna make sure I win this fucking battle. So we sitting down and strategizing as kings and not making, harsh, stupid ass sacrificial moves that don't even mean anything. Every move we make is sacrificial for a purpose, and not just building, knocking down what we already got established and building up. Not adding things that are liable or liabilities onto this already building structure, but we are just gathering more and more assets to continue to do this thing. So, that's a beautiful precept, and Tawada for putting that up there, bro. Pillars of Benjamin, Psalm 68:19. Blessed be the Lord, Yahweh Shemi Awashai, who daily loadeth us with benefits, even the power of our salvation, Salah. Yahweh Shemi Awashai, daily bread, our daily bread. This rivers of living water, like the scriptures say, that gusheth through us, gusheth out of us. We're loaded with this benefits, the daily benefits, and it ain't got to be tangible. It don't got to be greenbacks and stacks and money and this and that and this, because that shit ain't gonna take us to the other side. It ain't gonna take us to the kingdom. It ain't gonna take us to the wilderness. It ain't gonna take us to Jacob's trouble. It ain't gonna take us to all hell breaking loose. All right, we got what we need, and we're loaded with the benefits that the Lord is providing, which the main benefit is faith. All right, belief, wisdom, knowledge, the understanding. All right, another beautiful precept right here. Proverbs 26:13. The slothful man saith, there is a lion in the way, a lion in the streets. Matter of fact, let me see what else I say. Proverbs 26:13. But matter of fact, in other words, the slothful man is always making an excuse. Always got a damn excuse. All right. It says, verse 14, as the door turneth upon his hinges, so doth the slothful man upon his bed. You look at a door with the hinges, it turn and turn and turn. That's the slothful man upon his bed. Scriptures tell us about how poverty come by a multitude of sleep, something along those lines. So somebody that's always sleeping, always laying down, you really gotta program your mind on some shit. Like, I don't want to say, for lack of a better term, on some real disciplinary shit. This society is so fucking lazy and so upside down. I ain't knocking nobody. You know what I'm saying? If anybody, whatever, scriptures talk about liberty and how about Shemi Awashai, so that's that. But you got to learn how to associate your mind and just certain things with a disciplinary outlook. If you're gonna be in the bed, like eating in the bed, I don't eat in the bed. The bed is for sleeping. The minute I fucking sit in that bed or lay in the bed, I'm ready to go to sleep. But you got people that will sleep on the bed, watch TV in the bed. I don't have a TV in the room. The TV's in the living room. If anybody want to watch TV, everybody got to be in the same living room at the same fucking time. It's just certain shit. That you could see in the early stages that could cause slothfulness, and you nip it in the bud right there and then. That's just me. If you do it any other way, I'm not knocking you. That's your business. You do it how you do it. All right? No eating in the bed. Everybody eat at the kitchen table with kings. You know what I'm saying? What at the dining table, I'm sorry, if you got one of them kitchenette dining shits going like I got, then that's that. But anyway, it's a mindset, bro. So it says this is verse 15, the slothful hideth his hand in his bosom. Always got his hand in his pocket. Always got his hand in his pocket, in his bosom, or in his hoodie pocket. It grieveth him to bring it again to his mouth. Because that's all he's going to do. Hands in his pocket. And now when it comes to actually putting in the work to being able to eat, to do things, it's going to grieve him because he's so goddamn lazy. The sluggard is wiser in his own conceit than 7 men that can render a reason. So the sluggard is always going to find a reason and ration to be a damn sluggard. And back to the building. You got these. See, just because you want a job, just because you got a job, don't mean you're a worker. Here there's these Israelites that know that they're Israelites. They supposedly have a high position in this thing, as far as you got a voice, you got a platform, you got the wisdom, the knowledge, and the understanding to teach multitudes of Israelites. But what are you doing? That's that nigga on the job. Just because he got hired, don't mean he know how to do the job. Versus the dude, the underdog that's underlooked, but he getting his shit done. The boss don't gotta come and talk to him. If the boss ain't telling you nothing, that means you're doing the right thing. But if the boss always gotta fucking come up under your back and talk to you and jack you up and blah blah blah, means and then always checking up on you, that means you ain't doing something right. If your boss could trust you, which is Yahweh Shai, as a far man who took the journey, if Yahweh Shai is our boss, Yahweh Shai is our boss. If he could walk away and turn his back for a little bit and say, all right, I don't gotta worry about this man, that man, this man, I know they're gonna do what they gotta do, then that's a good boss. I'm sorry, that's a good laborer. And a trustworthy laborer whose boss trusts him. All right, so that was pretty much the point. That's pretty much the point. So we don't want to be slothful in this thing. Not at all, because all hell is getting ready to break loose, and that slothful man, when it comes time for that man that built all fucked up, when it comes time for the final inspection to close the job, and he know he was fucking up and bullshitting, he gonna be He's gonna be what's the word I put up there in the title of the video? He's gonna have all types of insecurities. Now that the bonus money is gonna mean something and the real reward, whether you're gonna get it or not, now it's gonna mean something. So he can be over there like, damn, I know I didn't do this shit right. Fuck. I hope they don't see it. I hope they don't. I hope they don't see the little corners that I was cutting and blah blah blah. Well, the Lord sees everything, man. Yahweh Shem Shai sees everything. So the last thing you want to be is insecure, lack of confidence when all hell break loose. In the time of calamity, if you insecure and you not sure about this, you gonna die. All right, you're going to fucking die. All right, especially because you laid that false foundation. You're just gonna die. All right, the Lord ain't playing. I'm saying it very bluntly. The Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua, the Heavenly Father, is not playing. You rejected the cornerstone. You gonna have to go. You're gonna have to go. That building is gonna collapse on your ass. So let me see something real quick. Let me go to the book of Luke chapter 6 and verse 46. Luke 6 and 46. It says, "And why call ye me Lord, Lord, and do not the things which I say? Whosoever cometh to me and heareth my sayings, and doeth them, I will shew you to whom he is like." So whoever do what I tell them to do and how I tell them to do it, they follow the blueprint that the Father gave me. They're not being rebellious, which rebellion is the sin of witchcraft. If you tell a man, you a foreman, shop steward, whatever, boss, supervisor, and you give a man a blueprint, do this, do that, I'll be back. Got some business to take care of. And you come back and they did the shit how they fucking wanted it to do it, that nigga's gone. You fire him. All right, because now you wasting time, money, resources. All right, like they say, time is money. And the scriptures tell us to redeem the time because the days are evil. To buy back the time, aka make good use of the time. With what? With the money, the spiritual money that the Lord gave us. And we ain't in time to be wasting money. All right, especially on somebody that just can't fucking get right. It's these people, these 2/3 that can't get right. Don't waste your money on them. Don't waste your spiritual gifts and talents on their ass. All right, because they gonna blow it. They're gonna blow the pot. And they gonna blow it. So anyway, that boss man come back. You did it how you wanted to do it. First of all, he's gonna be mad. He's gonna be mad, and he's gonna be mad. You wasted his time. Now he gotta find somebody to undo what you did. He don't even want you on a job to let you undo it and then fire you or lay you off. He's like, man, just get the fuck out of here. Here's your last check. Go. Get somebody else to undo it and then do it over the right way. For them individuals, Israelite groups that are just lost in the fucking sauce. Here it is, all hell is getting ready to break loose. We're building the spiritual ark like our forefather Noah did. All right, we're building a spiritual ark, and they over here not following the blueprint that the ark. Imagine Noah. Right? He got the blueprint for the ark, and he's getting his sons is helping, and they doing it how they want to do it. Now I think we should put a window right here in cabin one. In cabin 1A, we should put some windows, and wherever they want to put shit, they just putting it. Next thing you know, the ark is on, feeling that pressure from the rain and the fountains of flood opening up, and the next thing you know, water bust through because this dumbass wanted to put a window here. But this ain't gonna happen. The Lord ain't gonna be no infiltration in the Lord's building. All right, if there is, the Lord's gonna sift them the fuck up out. All right, amongst the whole house of Israel. All right. So yeah, I'm in the scriptures right here. So it says Luke chapter 6 and verse 48. So I'm gonna show you what type of man it is that do the saying and hear the sayings, and he actually a good obedient servant. This is the type of guy he is. He is like a man which built an house and dig deep and laid the foundation on a rock. All right, he dug very deep because the deeper you go into the earth, you're gonna encounter some rock. All right, rock that was there before anything was ever built upon that land. Like I said, that's the field I'm in. Sometimes a lot of times it's hard because you never know what you're gonna encounter when you go to clear that lot. Somebody, you got a lot, business, franchise, we setting it up or whatever. We don't know what the hell is underneath that dirt. You may be digging about good 7 to 10 feet. Next thing you know, you encountering some big ass boulders. But we got to go deeper. So now we got to break the shit into pieces and get it out just to have enough depth for a deep foundation, depending on how big of a structure we're getting ready to build. All right. So he is like a man that build a house and dig deep. So we digging deep. We digging deep. Just like a tree that's deeply rooted. What's a tree that's shallow? What's a shallow tree? A tree that's there's a scripture on that too. What's the Lord talked about it. What's a tree that's so shallow, probably a foot deep? That's not that tree's gonna tip over at. You could push that tree over. Most of these trees are so deep, man. I'm talking about deep, deep. They could bust into water lines and sewer pipes and shit like that. They that deep, 10 feet, 12, 30 feet deep, depending on the tree. So all of that you got to take into consideration when even you're building a structure to make sure that root don't interfere and cross collide with that structure you're building, because that root would bust that concrete open and fuck that shit up. So you got to know that blueprint got to be on point. Ain't no room for error in this truth. I mean, yeah, we fuck up, of course. When I say that, I mean, yeah, we fuck up, we go off and we repent. But in this faith, you got to be on some mindset like you're walking on eggshells and there is no room for error. And if you mess up, that's the Lord's grace if he allow you to get back up and keep on going. All right, not of our own will. So it says, he's like a man which build a house and dig deep and laid the foundation on a rock. So now you dug deep, and now let's say you got to where you needed to get to, 20 feet deep, 10 feet deep, 15 feet deep, and you got nothing but solid rock. Now you can pour your concrete on that. You set up your your retaining walls. You set up your forms. You form it, and then you pour the concrete. You set up the form so it don't go into the dirt and the mud and the whatever's around you, the terrain around you. Set up the forms and stuff, and you pour the concrete on top of already solid foundation. It says, and when the flood arose and the stream beat vehemently, all right, means to be forcefully. It says, upon that house, and could not shake it, for it was founded upon a rock. So we are building our house upon exactly how the scriptures say it and how I explained it about that deep foundation that Yahushua set before us. And Yahushua being that cornerstone, and we're building, based off of the starting point, which Yahushua is our starting point, because every structure, every building, every house, everything have to have a starting point. You start from somewhere, and then you take your measurements from that starting point to the next point, to the next point, to the next point, blah, 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 blah. And then you get your structure. You cannot freestyle this. All right? You can't freestyle construction. And this is a construction. This is what we got going. This is a construction job we got going. We spiritually got a construction job going. I'm going to show you right here. All right. The etymology for the word construction, it is, let me get it. Hold on, Salakia. I got the other word, which is con and crete, which construction is a compound word as well, which is simple if you go, break down the words, but con, which is together, struction is a structure. So together, a structure that's being built together, pretty much, is what a construction is. So this is construction. We building together, and we doing it the right way. So let me see what that etymology is saying. It says construction, act of, this is etymology.com, as you see right there. It says act of constructing, manner of understanding the arrangement of words, translation. Oh, that's not the one. It says a putting or placing together a building, to pile up together, to accumulate, to build, to make, to erect. Assimilated from con or com, which is with or together, and struere, to pile up, to build up. So build up together, pile up together. What are we piling up together? The building blocks. All right, we are the building blocks. That's why the scriptures say that. No, you're not that. You are the temple of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So this third temple that's being built is being built on a solid foundation, sure foundation, which that's Yahweh Shai, and we are the building blocks of the kingdom of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. We are the building blocks of this temple. We are the building blocks, and we are also building. So, Lord willing, we are the Lord's elect. We are literally placing through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, according to the blueprint, according to election, we are literally building up ourselves within this structure, within this construction. You know, you putting yourself in place to where you belong. You getting in where you're fitting. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't fit in, you just extras. You're not needed. You're not needed for the job. All right, you're the wrong size brick. You're the wrong type of block. You're the wrong cement mixture. You're the wrong every fucking thing if you're not part of Lord's Lake. In other words, you're part of the 2/3 and you're not needed for this building. So, so that's pretty much that, the definition on construction. And concrete etymology is, it says actual solid particular individual denoting a substance, from Latin concretus, condensed, hardened, stiff. Hey, are we not being hardened? Are we not enduring? Are we not being made hard every day? All right. Are we not? Yes, we are. Lord willing, we the Lord's elect. We are being made hard. Now, what's concrete that's not gonna get hard? The scriptures talk about untampered mortar. You know, you got individuals daubing that wall and daubing the mixture, and it's all fucked up. The consistency is not consistent. The consistency is not consistencying. Okay, and then when the inspector see it and he noticed that it's all chipping away, and the bricks is easy, you just pull the bricks up. Then it's like, yo, who the fuck laid this brick? Bring him here. Let me see him. Question the guy. He ain't getting it right. Yo, listen, this is not how you do it. This is how you do it. You don't do it the next time, be out of there. All right? Trust. You know, in building, it's a time sensitive thing. You know, and it don't stop. And we're building. Yahweh Shemel Shah is building. We are the laborers, and we are part of the building blocks. It's time sensitive. The clock is ticking. All hell is getting ready to break loose. Build your foundation surely and righteously in Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai before the storm come, before the flood come. All right, because the flood is coming. All right, when I say the flood, I'm talking about all hell getting ready to break loose, is getting ready to come. And if you ain't built right, you are not building yourself up properly, all right, in this thing, then you're fucked. All right, there's no other way to put it. I'm being honest. That's how I speak. If you don't like it, goodbye. All right, you're assed out. You know, this is deadly serious. And you know what? Hey, that's how them foremen on the job be talking. But those who know why they there, yo, I'm here for the paycheck. I'm here for the money. This is my thing. This is my lane. This is what I do. You don't get offended. Nigga talk all the shit he want to fucking talk. You know, you don't get offended. You got to have tough skin. You know, especially in construction, you got to have some, fuck that, especially in this truth, you got to have tough skin. You know, you can't be that man that came out of the world and now you got, see, that's another thing. So a lot of individuals, a lot of people, a lot of men don't want to come up under that order. They want to do their own thing. This is not a thing where you do your own thing. You know, this is a construction. We're building. We're building Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah. You know, and then you got the guy, I don't want to be under this guy, or I don't like him, or I don't like how he talks, I don't like this, I don't like that. Well, you know what, man? Then this job ain't for you. All right, this job is not for you. Point blank, period. You know, you probably gonna fucking put in your 2 weeks or just get laid off because you know we noticed that, or the spirit noticed that. All right, this man, he ain't fucking doing it. You know, he's just not doing it. But anyhow, it says concrete again, condense, harden. Like I said, harden, make hard, make endure. Okay, you gotta endure and be made hard. It says stiff, curdled, congealed, clotted, figuratively thick, dim. Literally, right? Concrete literally means grown together. All right, concrete literally means grown together. So, you know, we in this thing, we're like concrete. You know, the scriptures talk about the rocks, the solid rock, but you could say concrete. You know, we're doing this thing, we're growing this thing, we're growing in this thing together, and it's becoming harder and harder and harder. Everything that you do, you know, the building blocks of this thing is concrete, solid, you know, and it's growing together. You're building and building and building, and everything is binding, and you becoming stronger. So when that destruction comes, you will not fall, you will not collapse, you will not crumble. So past participle of concrete, to grow together, from assimilated from corm or calm together and kreskir to grow. So in other words, grow together. Concrete means to grow together. When you pour your concrete, it's in a liquid form. It's soft. You know, you gotta, if you're mixing it by hand, you gotta tamper it properly to get the consistency on one accord, and then you could, you know, it gotta be right. It gotta be the right, you know, I don't, what's the word? Not fluidity, but the right texture in order to sit on that block, sit on that foundation, and then you lay the block. And if it's too wet, the brick is just gonna sink right into it, and it's gonna be too fucking wet. But if it's too hard, the brick is never gonna bind to it. But if it's just right, the concrete is going to bind to the foundation and is going to bind to the brick or the block, and then you could keep on doing that. All right. So we concrete in this thing. All right. We are through the spirit and power of Yahweh. We are concrete in this thing, and that's the way we need to be, should be. So let me see. Reading on Luke chapter 6 and verse 48 again. It says, he is like a man, which is the righteous man, the one that hear the saying and follow the blueprint. It says, he's like a man which built an house and digged deep and laid the foundation on a rock. And when the flood arose, the stream beat vehemently. So the flood came, the streams was beating against it upon that house and could not shake it, for it was founded upon a rock. All right. It was immovable. You cannot move it. But he that heareth and doeth not is like a man that without a foundation built a house upon the earth. So this man didn't build upon a foundation. He didn't dig deep. He didn't do nothing. He didn't do none of that. He just built upon the earth. He went to Lowe's and Home Depot or wherever and bought some blocks, some cinder blocks, X amount, and went to some plot of land that he found and just started building on the earth, on dirt, all right, on soil, which is stupid, or on sand. Matter of fact, Matthew talks about sand. You know, talk about the sand. So you could build on sand. You cannot build on sand. But a person could go ahead and build on sand. You know what's going to happen? That wave is going to come and pull that shit out and suck the sand right from underneath that block and bricks and all of that. You know, or you build on the earth, when the rain come and moisturize that place, it's going to start sinking. The earth moves. The earth breathes. The earth. That's why even when you're doing like sidewalks, you notice every few sidewalk squares have joints, expansion joints. You put joints in there called expansion joints because the earth moves, all right? It moves from beneath, and the expansion joints are there just like your joints are, so that when it moves, it do not crumble up against each other and crack or do no dumb shit like that, you know, or I can say dumb shit, natural shit like that. So you put expansion joints, you know? So let me go back to that. It says, but he that heareth and doeth it not is like a man that without a foundation, which without Yahweh Shai, he gonna go out and build, right? He gonna go ahead and build without the Lord, without the truth, wisdom, knowledge, understanding, without like the parable of the 5 virgins and the 10 virgins, 5 were foolish and 5 were wise. It all comes right back full circle. So it says, he built a house upon the earth against which the stream did beat vehemently, and immediately, it didn't take time. This shit fell ASAP. All right, it fell ASAP. All that weight it had on it, you know, on a very fragile, weak foundation, that weight just came crashing down. So it's gonna fall immediately. And when all hell break loose, all right, just bring it right back to the title of this video. When all hell break loose, where's the title of the video? Let me go back to it. When all hell break loose, those that are insecure, those that built on a false foundation, in the time of all hell breaking loose, will get killed because it's gonna fall. You're gonna fall. They're gonna fall. Them individuals, them Israelite groups that said the name Yahweh and Yahweh Shai don't matter. People that heard the word and misused the prophets. You know, they despised and loathed at the law and what was being taught. They hated it. When these things go down, when all hell break loose, they're gonna fall, and great is gonna be the fall of it. Okay? So it says, it fell, all right, and immediately it fell, and the ruins of that house was great, meaning there was nothing left. It fell, everything fell. Every brick separated. It fucking collided, collapsed. And that's when Yahweh start getting ready to break these people down because they ain't building properly, he gonna break them down and break them all the way down to the point of no return. You cannot salvage this. They just gonna be a damn. It's gonna be a demolition job on these people out here. You know, so hey, be mindful how you building. Be very mindful on how you building. You know, them names, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah is the only way out. And believing in those names are the only way out. You know, having faith, having patience, all of that. You know, it's the only way out. Nothing else matters. Doing this the right way is the only way out. It's the only way out. Scriptures talk about a man coming in some other way. No, there ain't no other way to build, bro. There ain't no other entry into the kingdom. There's only one path, one way. That's it. That's it. Everybody out here talking about they gonna do it their way, and they ain't gonna last, man. They're not gonna fucking last. They're not gonna last. I'm talking about all these other groups that out there doing their own shit. Which I even hate bringing these suckers up, but you gotta bring them up. You gotta call a spade and call them out and let the people know who the hell they are. You know, they doing their own thing. Whatever. Do your own fucking thing, all right? When all hell break loose, please don't come over here to GMS Great Millstone from the apostles on down to the elder bishops on down to the elder brothers on down. Don't come over here asking for no oil. Don't ask for no understanding. All right? The Spirit of the Lord is going to be able to see right through your bitch ass. All right? And I ain't say no names. I'm generally speaking. The Spirit of the Lord is going to see right through your ass and then be like, listen, you a funny style nigga right here. I don't know about you. Something about you rubbing me the wrong way. Get your own oil, nigga. All right? So I'm going to get a couple precepts. A couple more precepts off the comic book. Matter of fact, hold on. Hold on one second. Let's see. Let me go to Psalms chapter 73. So like, it bear with me a minute. I'm just going through a couple precepts that I had earlier. I'm going to read Jeremiah chapter 23 and verse 10. I start at 10. Start at 9. It says, mine heart within me is broken because of the prophets. All my bones shake. I am like a drunken man, and like a man whom wine hath overcome. Because of the Lord, and because of the words of his holiness. For the land is full of adulterers. For because of swearing the land mourneth. The land is talking about Jerusalem, and Jerusalem people before a place, the Israelites. It says, the pleasant places of the wilderness are dried up, and their course is evil, and their force is not right. For both prophet and priest are profane. These false Israelite groups building in uncertainties, and they're building upon false foundation. It's talking about them. They made lies their refuge and blah. So for both prophets and priests are profane, yet their wickedness save the Lord. Every way in the darkness. In the time of all hell loose, they're going to be insecure. Insecurity is going to be at an all-time high. They're going to look up the word insecure again, and it's going to apply to the wicked. It's going to apply to the 2/3. All right? Their way is going to be as a slippery way in the darkness. They shall be driven on. The house that they built is going to slip. When things get dark out here, it's going to slip and crash and collide and break and crumble and fall. All right. It's anybody who don't trust in Yahweh Shem Yahushua and don't believe. And when this time comes, that's the only thing. And we are constantly emphasizing and exhorting to you, to the listeners and to the believers, how important it is to have faith, how important it is to believe in those names, how important it is to give diligence to make your call and election sure, how important it is to lock into this thing, how important it is, because trust and believe. There's this world, how you see things and how things are going is not going to be like this forever. Eventually, all things are going to come crashing down. I can't give you a time, date, year, month, week, second, hour, minute. I wish I knew, but it ain't for me to know. We just, and I say I wish I knew is like, just on some prison of hope type of shit. But that's exactly what makes us prisoners of hope, because we don't know. We can't see it. So we can only hope and be a prisoner under hope and just continue to hope, 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 and hope. All right, hope and faith is the same thing. So, verse 12 again, Jeremiah 23:12. Wherefore their way shall be unto them as a slippery way in the darkness. When it should get dark out here, is when niggas gonna be slipping and falling and can't get up. It says, they shall be driven on and fall therein, for I will bring evil upon them, even the year of their visitation, saith the Lord. So evil is getting ready to come upon the wicked, the 2/3, right? The rebellious amongst the people of Israel. The 2/3 is about to get it. When the scriptures say the Lord is going to bring evil, he's going to bring evils and only evils. And I don't want to be partakers of that evil shit. I don't. I do not want to be part of that. I want to be in that building, that structure, that strong tower, which, through the grace of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, I've labored to do. And Lord willing, it pays off in the end. And be in that strong tower, metaphorically speaking, to trust and faith in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua and just watch everybody get wiped away. The wicked wiped away. Me along with my Akim, the brothers, the men, the laborers, the prophets, and our loved ones that the Lord do have ordained to make it on this side. You know what I'm saying? Because this shit ain't no joke. If you think it's a joke, then joke's on you. All right? Ezekiel chapter 13. And I'm sure brother probably had put it up by now. But this was a couple of the precepts that I had also on deck. This is Ezekiel chapter 13 and verse 8. It says, therefore, matter of fact, the whole chapter is good. All right, the whole chapter is good, to be honest with you. I'll read at the top. It's a Sabbath. I ain't got none planned, but just resting after this. Resting for work in the morning, Lord willing. But anyway, Ezekiel 13 and 1. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, prophesy against the prophets of Israel that prophesy, and say unto them that prophesy out of their own hearts, out of their own mind, their own vain opinions, right? It says, hear ye the word of Yahweh. Thus saith the Lord, power Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, woe unto the foolish prophets that follow their own spirit and have seen nothing. They don't see shit. They following their own spirit. They doing what they want to do. It says, O Israel, thy prophets are like foxes in the desert. Foxes are known to be sneaky. All right, they're like sneaky. I got children. They grew up, not grew up, but they've been watching Dora the Explorer, and you got Swipe of the Fox, swiping the sneaky fox and shit. All right. Repile mouth if you watching, inside joke for that brother. It says, verse 5, ye have not gone up into the gaps, neither made up the hedges for the house of Israel to stand in the battle in the day of the Lord. They ain't preparing for what's about to go down. It says, they have seen vanity and lying divination, saying, the Lord saith, and the Lord hath not sent them. They saying in the name, the Lord said this, the Lord said that, and the God of the Bible this, but the Most High ain't dealing with them. The Lord didn't send them to build. And they have made others hope that they would confirm the word. False hope. It says, have ye not seen a vain vision, and have ye not spoken a lying divination, whereas ye say, the Lord saith, albeit I have not spoken? Therefore, thus saith the Lord power, because ye have spoken vanity and seen lies, therefore, behold, I am against you, saith the Lord. So the Lord is against the false prophets. And mine hand shall be upon the prophets that see vanity and that divine lies. They shall not be in the assembly of my people. They're not going to be part of the elect. They're not part of the elect. Neither shall they be written in the writings of the house of Israel, the Lamb's book of life. All right, the elect, those that make it, the ones found written in amongst the 144,000. It says, neither shall they enter into the land of Israel, and ye shall know that I am the Lord. Meaning they're not going to enter into the land of Israel. Only the ones that make it on this side is going to enter in. When you enter into something, you go through that door, you go through that gate. Now the 2/3, technically they're not going to enter as in going in that door. They're gonna be born in the land as newborn babies. So they're not going to enter in as far as a passageway, that the Lord is setting up, when we deliver, but they will be born in that land. So they can be, natives of the land, so to speak. Natural born natives right there on the spot. They're not going to leave Babylon to be raised up in the land, but they're going to have to be born up in that land. Okay? It says verse 10, because they have seduced my people, saying peace, and there was no peace. And one built up a wall, and lo, others daubed it with untempered mortar. All right, that mortar was inconsistent, which is the doctrine. Ultimately, is the doctrine. All right, they teaching lies. They teaching what they want to teach. They're not. It's very inconsistent. One minute they saying this, the next minute they saying that. So it's weak. It's weak mortar. Mortar is supposed to fortify something. It's supposed to make it strong. It's supposed to be solid. It's supposed to be like concrete, so to speak. Right? But it's untempered, and they daub it. Even though it is untempered, it's inconsistent, and it's not all the way there. They still putting that bullshit up on the structure, setting up and building with that bullshit. So that's why it's gonna fall. It says, say unto them that daub it with untempered mortar, that it shall fall because it's weak. All right, it's very weak. There shall be an overflowing shower, which is when Esau coming with that flood. He coming like a flood when he come with that destruction. And ye, O great hailstone, shall fall, and a stormy wind shall rend it. And ultimately, the end all be all when it comes down to the destruction is when Yahweh Shem Yahushai sends that ICBM destruction, when he sends them nukes. That's what's ultimately going to be the collapse of this place, the collapse of these people, the collapse of the wicked, the collapse of everybody that's been pussyfooting and dicking around when it came to this truth. All right, they're gonna fall. They're gonna fall. So it says, lo, when the wall is fallen, shall it not be said unto you, where is the daubing wherewith ye have daubed it? Wait a minute, that's mocking right there. That's mocking. Wait a minute, I thought you daubed it. I thought you built, your mortar was consistent. I thought your wall was strong. I thought the stucco was on point. What happened? What happened? What happened? What happened to you? That's mockery. It says, therefore, thus saith the Lord power, I will even rend it with a stormy wind in my fury, and there shall be an overflowing shower in mine anger. And that's Jacob's trouble. All right? Jacob's trouble is getting ready to pop off. For those of you that don't think Jacob's trouble is going to happen, or you taking Jacob's trouble to be a light situation for whatever fucking bugged out reason you may have, or maybe you just got a reprobate spirit, you just bugged out, lost in the sauce. But when the Lord see you, really you mocking the Lord if you think Jacob's trouble is not going to be something to be afraid of, so to speak. When I say afraid of what the Lord is getting ready to do. A healthy fear of the Lord. For those talking about, well, yeah, Jacob's trouble, well, it ain't really gonna happen. It ain't gonna be that bad. And okay, it's gonna be the worst shit ever seen on the planet Earth. All right, because it's the Lord's fury. So let me read that again. Therefore, thus saith the Lord power, I will even rend it with a stormy wind. But then again, the elect, the 144,000 that are building right now, Lord willing, when I say we, as far as hopeful elect, we, Lord willing, myself included, as far as the Lord's hopeful elect, I pray I am part of that number. We building, we preparing. All right, now I'm gonna make sure I'm following the blueprint. Everything is said and done. This, that, and this. I'm following exactly how the Lord said to do it. So when He does send the destruction, just like Noah, the time of Noah, nothing is gonna fucking phase that building. Nothing is gonna phase our spirit, phase my spirit, because wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time. And wisdom and knowledge, when something is stable, is unmovable. So this building that we're doing is the main material is wisdom and knowledge. All right, which is going to keep us stable in that time. So when we built this fortress of wisdom and knowledge, and all hell break loose, ain't shit gonna come and beat at your house and knock it down and tear it down. When the big bad wolf come and try to blow your house down, the niggas that built with straw, niggas that built with wood, it's gonna get blown down. But those that build with this foundation, brick, solid, concrete, you know, ain't going nowhere. And that's Yahweh Bashim Yahushai and trusting Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Okay, so therefore, thus saith the Lord, I will even rend it with a stormy wind in my fury, and there shall be an overflowing shower in mine anger, and great hailstone in my fury to consume it. So will I break down the wall that they have daubed with untempered mortar, and bring it down to the ground, so that the foundation thereof shall be discovered, that it ain't shit. All right, that Most High God in Christ blessed didn't save your ass. All right, and whatever God these other Israelites believe in did not save their ass. The 2/3, whatever God they believe in, did not save their ass. All right, because the Lord's gonna blow your shit down. All right, tear it down. The elect is. I will say this: the elect are going to be the last men standing. The last men standing will be the elect. All right, point blank, period, man. It says, therefore it shall fall, and ye shall be consumed in the midst thereof, and ye shall know that I am the Lord. Thus saith, which Yahweh and Yahweh Shah, Yahweh, all caps is Yahweh. Thus will I accomplish my wrath upon the wall, and upon them that have daubed it with untempered mortar, and will say unto you, the wall is no more, neither they that daubed it. All right, and that's it. That's pretty much it, man. You know, all hell is getting ready to break loose. You know, being insecure in these times, when all hell break loose, meaning the lack of confidence, the lack of faith, the disbelief, is gonna get you killed. All right, and that false foundations that these people have been building on is gonna get them killed. Point blank, period, man. All right, point blank, period, no comment. So I'm gonna end it there. You know, I could definitely, go into more precepts on the comment board, but I'll probably be here for another hour. So throw water to all you brothers out there that put up the precepts. As always, Yahweh Shemi Shai Barakatham to you, the water, and Shalom to the Lord's elect, the men, the women, the children, the few that listen, the sincere sisters, etc., etc. Blessings be upon you and your household. So I'm going to end it right there. Yahweh Shemi Shai Barakatham, Lord willing, this was an edifying lesson to the Lord's elect. All right, so till next time, I say Shalom wa Baba Shalom.